We back. We started off on a light note, but unfortunately, we're here, gathered here today to talk about some unfortunate events. Uh, I grew up in Minnesota. For most of y'all that don't know, Pierre is currently located in Minnesota. John, he's from the Midwest, whatever, what have you. Crazy shit going on. Rest in peace to the brother that the cops killed. But the city going up right now. I don't know, John. What the fuck? Like,
Man, okay. Well, last thing you said with the city going nuts right now. I don't condone the way the riot is going on, how they destroying shit or whatever. But being out there protesting and making a stand, making their voices heard, I definitely understand that. It's an ugly situation. Like you said before, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, how thing with the jogger and now this and there's steady more videos coming out of folks. Man, it's just getting ridiculous out here. I'm gonna take a little bit of time right here. I want to say right here, any white folk that know me and you seeing these videos and stuff and y'all think that it's cool, please unfollow me on things. Don't ever talk to me again. And we need our good white folks to step up, man, because you need to let folks know this that y'all see it too and it's wrong. Because this is getting out of hand, man. That the way that white man sat on that man's neck like it was nothing. And then I just saw the footage you put up there as far as where they were the other night protecting his house, all of them. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even. You would have to fire me before I protect that man's house.
hey, did you see the other real fast? The rioting going on. I'm sure we'll get back to it later, but I posted another video that I saw on Twitter of the guy who started the autos on fire. It wasn't who y'all thought it was. Like, a lot of people are saying it's not the cops, but if y'all see the video, if he ain't a cop, he's some like one, so. But a lot of these riots that are going on, like you said, I'll get onto that. Pierre, go ahead. You're in a home base right now.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
It's sad, man. It's sad all around because you can understand why people are upset and why people are rioting and tearing up the communities. I don't condone that. I just want people to be aware of the community that they're tearing up is their own community. It's our own community. So maybe let's not do that. Community. Yeah, sure. let's not do it to our own community. Let's be wise let's be wise at the way we go about this. Let's have a plan. Let's have a strategy, because just going out there to tear up things is not the way to do it. And I know that's not everyone's intention. There's a few bad apples in that bunch, but I can understand their rage, man. I can understand their passion because I'm angry about it too. That could have been a friend of mine. That could have been, home. I mean, that could be me, to be honest with you. And it's sad. It's no excuse why that happened. But I just want people to be smart, man. People to be careful because, that's what they expect of Black folks. They expect us to act a fool. They expect us to act negligent and tear up the community. I almost relate this to some of the Baltimore or the Watts riots that happened back in the days. Some of those communities are still fighting to rebuild from the riots earlier. And I just don't want our community to get to that point to where we have to totally rebuild. So I can understand that people are angry. I'm angry, but let's go about this in a better way in terms of protesting.
I look at it, as y'all both know, I don't even like talking about this shit. As I said in the last time, but over the last 4 days, I found myself out of character, just posting a lot of shit that I've seen because it just got outrageous over the last couple of days. Man. Like some of the stuff we'll get into later with the lady in the Central Park and the dog and a few other things. We'll get into that another time. But to this protesting and rioting, like, I'm stuck because so the initial protests that we seen were there was a lot of peaceful protests, and then you got where they got down to popping the cars off, the cop cars, whatever. I can't say that I don't condone it. So I can't say not to do that. I can't say that's wrong.
Honestly, I don't know if I would not have participated in fucking up some cop cars.
Like, I can tell you that right now. This is where it gets sketchy and hazy, and what I've alluded to earlier. And this has been going on since early 80s. I say Ice Cube was talking about how undercover cops were planted at some NWA concerts to let off shots and do whatever. So now it looks like, rap concerts. So this is going on the same thing. We saw, like, the AutoZone everybody talks about. It wasn't the rioters, polluters that put that on fire. Like, they showed the guys on camera doing it. What I mean? It's a white guy doing it in a gas mask, all of that. Like, now I understand, like, the target I know what they said. Okay, when the initial protest and people threw the gas mask out, the employee from Target locked the doors, so wouldn't let anybody in to buy the milk. What they was trying to do. So that's why they went up on that Target. I can't condone. Yeah, I can't condone any of that. But let's just not say black people, because there was a multitude of
Man, it was all colors in that mob going crazy.
Like
TVs, like lamps. Everything that wasn't nailed down.
That's what I don't condone. I don't like how they ran it. Like, all right, don't like fuck all that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, but that was nuts.
If y'all want to turn up other ways, hey, we kneeled. Y'all was mad at us kneeling. So what you want? Which one? Because we
the kneeling was so disrespectful, non-patriotic, and all that horse shit.
Okay. Peaceful protest when they was just walking and marching. Oh, there's a better way. Listen, we trying all the ways. One of them gonna work.
Like they ain't gonna start. They ain't gonna really start feeling us until we start busting their fucking heads.
But I'm saying they don't want the next try because
man, they don't. Man, you don't want us to bust y'all fucking heads, man. If the black and brown communities tie together, and these white powers that don't want us to be around, and we bust their fucking heads, then what they gonna do? We outnumber them as is anyway. Like, listen, I'm so tired. Like, I need good white folks to step up and say more. Like, I see it's happening a little more.
I've seen a couple of
I've seen a lot of white folks saying stuff. I know some great white folks. Yep. If you have my white people, if you have a white friend that you know is against like this or whatever other race, can't stand any other race, do not be friends with them. Yeah, do not be friends with them. Separate yourself from them. That still is fucking negative vibes. You can't have negative vibes around you. If you know somebody that hate on other races just for no fucking reason, keep them away from you. Like, be proud of it. There's folks that I know that I separate myself from. There's a cat that I used to kick with out here, and he was saying something about how he can't stand mixed relationships, this, that, and the third. You know what? I don't even be around that man no more because that's some bullshit. Love is love, and if you see color, I'm sorry, that's a shame. Like this shit, you don't know how angry I want to throw shit. Let's hold on real fast. I was leaving the hospital yesterday. I'm on crutches. The way I was stared down from this police officer, you would have thought that I just ran out of the motherfucking hospital, still in motherfucking whatever. I mean, I was being stared down. He kept looking at me. I'm on crutches. Like, I was like, "Hello." He just stared at me. Man,
listen, I do want to say this real fast. Like, I know a lot of it's like, okay, we talking about good white people, good this, and don't be, So I'm gonna talk to the Asian community. Like,
man, they fade back.
I rock, but listen, I rock with I got Asian homies, and like y'all may not feel that way, but think about how your parents feel. I just saw a meme today that showed when the white cop was kneeling on black dude on my man's neck, and then the Asian cop was sitting there with his hands in his pocket. Yeah, Floyd. The Asian dude was sitting there with his hands in his pocket, back turned, and another Asian posted, "This is literally and figuratively how Asians step up for other minorities," because it's like they turn it back, they act like they don't see. It's some Asians want to say, "Oh, I'm a minority" when it's convenient. I don't know if y'all watch Insecure, but it was just the episode of Insecure last week talking about that. Shout out to Issa Rae. But this is like y'all minorities. Like, what you think? Because it's listen,
man. If you are not a Caucasian American, they don't like you.
I don't give a fuck about you.
I'm sorry. I don't care who thinks I'm wrong for saying that. There's evidence over and over again. And just firing them motherfuckers is nowhere near enough. Them niggas should be hung. Like, just how you should do black folks back in the day. Hang these motherfuckers for folks to see. Because this is ridiculous. You constantly killing us off. And then folks, well, if you apply, if you just what's the word? Comply or whatever
comply.
The fuck it is.
They showed the video. They showed the video from the first traffic stop. There was not one point where he resisted. And say if he did resist. There's a lot of resisting, so that means let's kill this nigga. Like there's a lot.
Man, no.
Go ahead.
Hold on,
Pierre. You ain't saying nothing.
No, it's all good. The whole thing is there's as a police officer, your job is to control and police the situation, right? Control the situation. There's 4 people there, 4 cops there. You did not need to use that amount of force to control that situation. This man wasn't resisting. Come on. That's step 1 that you're responsible for. And then 2, as a cop, you're a first responder. So if my man is calling out, "You're on my neck, I can't breathe." Bro, your job as a police officer is to respond to help him, right? None of that was happening. So don't tell me anything. There's policies and procedures. This man clearly broke the code of being an officer twice, not to mention the other things that went on.
They
no way. Firing is one thing. Great, cool. First step. These dudes need to go to trial. They need to be in prison because that's murder.
Ain't no trial.
That's all it is, man.
Straight to prison. Ain't no trial.
Yeah, you're right.
The evidence is right there.
So that's why
you're right. It shouldn't be.
Like I saw earlier, they're saying an investigation is underway. What
are we investigating?
But that's the thing. What do they have to do to us to make them say this is just murder? We had the incident in Atlanta where the two white dudes just killed a black man for no reason. Now we got cops continuing to kill black folks. What do they have to do to us for the government or people to say this is murder? Go straight to jail.
That's
they
don't
matter.
Yeah, that's the thing. It ain't going what they got to do to us. No matter what, there's always powers that be that justify. You just said there's people that say resisting. There's always. I've noticed the people who are silent on my Facebook feed. Like I said, I'm from Minnesota. Majority of my Facebook friends. Facebook is what I use for all the people, like more personal shit. It ain't like these are all the people I went to high school with. I've interacted with. A lot of them cats are speaking up, but there's some glaring quietness or silences going on as well. And that's why I say some of my Asian homies, shout out to the ones that's stepping up. But there's some like, man, I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, man, like y'all gotta, it's a crazy time out here, man.
That's wild, man. It's real wild, man. I hated to hear saying that well, if he's saying I can't breathe, he's talking. He can breathe.
He can breathe.
Yeah, he can breathe. Man,
you can hold your breath and talk, right?
Let every motherfucker that says that, let me put my knee in your neck.
Well, they just John Jones just came out, and I don't know if y'all saw his tweets. John Jones, the UFC fighter, the UFC champion, John Jones, he just came out and said that is a deadly knee choke. That's a deadly choke.
Yeah.
I've seen some cops posting. Shout out to some of the cops that are posting.
I've seen a few cops.
They out here saying like, man, ain't no procedure that shows that that's not in the tactics. That's
10-minute neck pin.
Look, man. Look.
Come on, man.
Look, and this is a lot of. I'm gonna go here, and a lot of these fake tough ass cops doing these shits. Like it's okay. We understand that in high school you was a hoe. We understand
you were getting pushed around.
We was knocking all your hoes in high school. I know that. I know it was tough seeing that. I know it was tough seeing us on the team and you watching. I know that. But come on now, figure out something else to do in life. Because
man, I swear for God, man, it's crazy. Like it goes from like security guards all the way up. These motherfuckers, y'all think y'all tough as hell, hide behind these badges and shit, man. And then and nobody like y'all. It's like it's ridiculous, man. Y'all hide behind these badges, talking this shit like they real strong and shit, and then don't even use it. A lot of shit, you know what? Let me slow down. A lot of shit needs to change. All these laws and shit we follow and all these rules or whatever, this shit's from so far back that it needs to be changed. Like as I get older, like I'm really like this voting thing. Yeah, I still feel like it's bullshit. But we got to do some shit to change. Get these motherfuckers out of here. We need new blood all throughout this shit, man. All these old motherfuckers and these old ass times they keep dragging it on. We still following rules from motherfucking 1950s and shit. What is that? That's outdated. Times have changed.